Good evening, everybody. It is 5:05 Eastern Standard Time, and the sun should set in about half an hour. Due to the hour switch, I've been having less time than usual to be able to maintain what's left of the garden, but it's also due to the shortening days. I've been coming out here periodically, but it's been getting colder and colder. There's been a temporary break in the weather now. It should stay nice one more day. Currently it is Sunday, November the 8th. It's also supposed to be nice November the 9th, maybe a bit windy. So I'll attempt to maintain what's left of the garden. Right here, of course, these are the pots that we saw earlier where I'm stratifying the seeds. Looks like the romaine lettuce may have gotten a little bit bigger. It's still a bit small. I'm hoping I can harvest some for a salad, but this right here is also too small. The neighbor ended up pulling up what's left of his tomatoes, and all that's left here are a few cabbage plants that have small holes in there from insect damage. And here's the cover crop bed, not much different. Now let's move on to what few plants I have left, mostly greens. The Walsontle that was right here. There's a couple plants and one really large plant. I am currently in the process of drying out the seeds. They should be done drying in a couple days, and I will strip out the remaining seeds and have the video uploaded of me cleaning out the seeds by later this week. Other than that, here are the other greens. Some lettuce. Might harvest some tomorrow for a salad. And here's some black mustard. The weather hasn't quite gotten cold enough to kill the black mustard, but it still hasn't gotten cold enough to kill the remaining cabbage butterfly caterpillars. There are some in here due to the notice the insect hole damage, and other than that, the plants are still alive. I'm probably gonna clip off the flower heads from the plant to let it produce more buds that are smaller that I can actually eat. And that's not much else. I'm getting ready to put the garden to bed and put some mulch down where I'm not putting cover crops. Now let's move on to the other beds. Wait a minute, what's this? If anybody can confirm this is a wild strawberry, please let me know. It has the right leaf shapes and it's low to the ground, but it could be something else. I am suspicious this could be wild strawberry. But if not, one of my neighbors agreed to clip off a couple suckers from his plant so that I can grow some in my yard next year. Oh, that would be cool if this were a strawberry plant, but I don't think so. Well, move on to the other beds. Well, I didn't get a chance to eat any carrots this week other than the ones I pulled up last week, but I'm hoping to prepare a video of me selecting my carrots for winter storage and putting them in some damp sand to store in my garage over winter before saving them for seed the following year. I still have a few carrots in the ground for me to go ahead and eat up through December until the ground gets too cold for them to survive outdoors. And here are the other cruciferous vegetables. The spinach, surprisingly, hasn't gotten much bigger, but isn't bolting at all. I have mixed results with spinach. I usually only get one medium-sized harvest and the plants bolt. Temperatures tend to get abruptly hot in late spring, and they get abruptly cold at the end of fall here in Ohio. There's no in-between, or the in-between cool period tends to be very short, only a couple months long. Other than that, my 7-top turnip greens are finally the right size for me to go ahead and harvest and saute. That's good news. I'm hoping I can keep these in the ground all winter and get a couple of them to flower. Might end up planting lettuce here in spring next year. And that here is the arugula. It's getting pretty big. Looks like it's starting to flower now, so it's approaching the end of his life cycle. Might not be able to harvest much more arugula for greens and begin pulling it up and preparing the garden for winter. And my field muster here is just popping out seed heads all over the place. And looky here, more cabbage butterfly caterpillars. Yeah, I haven't been able to hand pick, so they're everywhere. Well, hoping I can harvest some tomorrow. My time's been very restricted lately, and I've been having to reseed the yard to help my father out. Now let's move on to the last bed. Hopefully the squirrel or whatever animal damage didn't get worse than last week. Before showing the last of the beds that I put the cover crop on, monitoring the damage, I just wanted to show you here is a big bin full of leaves and another large bin full of leaves. Based on what I've read, leaf mold makes an excellent fertilizer for gardens. I usually try to collect as many leaves as possible at the end of the growing season and collect them into compost bins that I can put on the garden to help enrich the soil. I wasn't here earlier, but it looks like my neighbor, he ran a lawnmower over the leaves to make them smaller so that they decompose faster. And what you do next is, of course, take the leaves out, stir the bin periodically, like once a month or so, or every week, and then set it back up again. It's not as easy to do over winter if it gets frozen, but after maintaining the bin, it should take about a year to 2 years for a single batch of leaves to finish decomposing, and then it can be added to the soil to increase the organic matter content and improve fertility and ability to drain or retain moisture. Now I also have a few other plastic compost bins I can hopefully stick more leaves in if I need to. Okay, now we can go ahead and show the remaining garden bed. Hopefully the animal damage isn't too severe. I am suspicious that something is eating the vetch sprouts because they are chomped down pretty far. Look right there. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put a cage around here because that vetch is not gonna get very big unless otherwise, and it won't cover the ground. Well, hopefully the cage will work. Maybe stop some of these annoying blowouts here and keep the ground from getting more eroded than it already is. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully I can end up putting the garden to bed soon. Well, thanks for watching, and goodbye.